Today we're going to be showing you guys how to install a camshaft. This isn't a full teardown video or anything like that. This is going to be strictly removing an old camshaft and sliding a new camshaft in. I'm going to try to show you guys the tips and tricks, make your life a little easier. If you're not careful when doing this, you can nick a cam bearing and knock a cam bearing out of place. Next thing you know, engine's got to come out of the vehicle, be completely tore down and rebuilt. What we're doing here is we're converting this LT4 from a single bolt camshaft to a 3-bolt camshaft. I'm going to take out the single bolt and then we're going to show you how we install the 3-bolt. After we get the new cam in, we will show you guys how to time a non-VVT LS or LT engine as long as your camshaft is dot to dot. So let's dive into it and get this old camshaft out of here. Alright, so the single bolts can be tricky. In this particular application, we're converting this LT4 to a 3-bolt camshaft. So we're taking the single bolt cam out and we're going to be installing a 3-bolt camshaft. Now they don't have a tool for this yet, or if they do have a tool, I haven't seen one, and if you know of one, drop me a link in the comments please. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to take the old cam bolt, we're going to thread it in there a good 2 or 3 turns, and we're going to use that to help us get a little bit of leverage to keep this cam straight. The whole idea is here you want to keep the cam as straight as possible going through all the cam bearings, and when you start getting into bigger lift camshafts, you know, the 640s, stuff like that, and hang up on the cam bearings. Like I said, it takes a little bit of finesse. Normally if you have your rear cover off, you can go to the back of the block, help center the cam that way to get it in and out the last journal. In this case we still have the rear cover on the block, so we're just going to have to finesse it out. So you got to try to hold that cam as straight as possible from the very end of it. Once you get to another set of cam journals, you can stop for a second, regroup. One thing I like to do is I like to keep my left hand as much as possible against the block, and that helps me get stability. And then this hand is to kind of guide the cam through and tilt it whatever way I need to. Now as you get down the camshaft, it's going to get easier because most of the cam is out now and you have more leverage on this end. Same concept. Just trying not to hurt any of those cam bearings in there. And from here we should have a pretty well straight shot. That big fuel pump lobe there. Alright guys, so now if you were sliding in a single bolt camshaft, you would put your cam bolt in and get ready to do that now. But we're using a 3-bolt cam, so we're going to be using the ICT Billet cam installation tool. Of course, you know, coming from ICT, it's going to be billet aluminum. It's a 2-piece design. It's a small base that bolts into the handle itself. It's got a spot for your dowel pin and then a spot for each bolt. We usually only use 2 bolts and the dowel pin, and we'll bolt this to the new camshaft, and that's going to give us extra leverage that we need sliding that cam in. Now let's get to putting this cam in. I've seen and heard of people just using motor oil to install a camshaft, and I guess if you're doing it in frame and you're firing it up initially, hey, more power to you. But around here we use Driven HVL. This is a high viscosity lubricant. It's their GP1 assembly lube. We do buy this direct from BTR. They are dealers for Driven. This is not a sponsored section of a video or anything like that. We buy this stuff and we live by it. We love it. Now if your local parts store doesn't carry this and you're looking to install your camshaft right now because you're super excited to have some chop going on, you can go down to O'Reilly's, one of our proud YouTube sponsors, and they can hook you up with the bottle of Lucas assembly lube. It's like a neon green and it's really good stuff. It's pretty sticky, but I'm not sure it's as sticky as this HVL. And like I said, if you need something locally and need it the day of, hit up your local O'Reilly's. They take care of everything we need, constantly bringing us stuff to keep us moving and proceeding with these jobs. So thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts. Let's get this cam installed. So I'm putting some gloves on this one for all you guys worried about me getting cancer from having oil on my hands. I gotta be honest with you. I think it's already too late.
I think they only worry about used oil.
Oh, they only worry about used oil?
Yeah, people bitch about not wearing gloves, putting a cam on because of fingerprint.
I normally wash my hands really good with the snap-on hand soap. If you ain't used the snap-on hand soap, go ahead and drop your comment and make your little jokey joke, because the snap-on hand soap is where it's at. And when you wash your hands with the snap-on hand soap and then go straight to the camshaft, you don't have to worry about fingerprints. See, and I don't really like wearing a glove. I like being in contact with the part. We're gonna take our HVL driven assembly lube. We're gonna coat that back brace and the fuel pump lobe real good, and then kind of come down the next lobe, or next journal there. And then we're just going to start easing her in there as straight as possible. Alright, there's one. I'm going to rest it right there for a second. Get some more lube on it. Make sure we coat all the lobes good. Then we're going to the next one. Now I'm going to have to hold it on this one. They don't want to rest. It's going to slide on through there. Alright, this is where I'm going to put my arm against the block. Even though I have some leverage back here, my hand's all oily and so is the tool. This is where these gloves are a little bit slicker than your hand. Alright, now we got one more section to lube up. This bad boy's in there. Then we get to show you how to set the timing on one. There it is, come on. Installed. Now we're going to take our ICT billet tool off there. By the way, those are not my hands. Those are Emma's hands. Alright, now we can clean that surface up right there, get our cam retainer plate back on, get that thing torqued down, and we'll show you guys how to set the timing. Alright, so now we got our cam slid in, we got the cam retainer plate on, and we got those bolts torqued. It is time to put this thing in time. So I'm going to show you guys a couple tricks that I like to use. Just makes timing them a little easier, a little quicker, a little smoother. And once you do it a couple times, you got it down pat. First things first is you got a camshaft that is dot to dot. So installing your cam dot to dot means the dot on the cam gear and the dot on the crank gear are going to be facing each other. That means the crank gear is going to be at 12 o'clock and the cam gear is going to be at 6 o'clock. Now when you're lining them up dot to dot, that puts your dowel pin on your camshaft at 3 o'clock. Another marker or good indicator on an LS or LT is your Woodruff key in your crankshaft will be at about 1 o'clock. So we're going to set the bottom at 12 o'clock, and that's going to put piston 1 at top dead center. Okay, so our dot's about right here, and we want it to be at 12 o'clock. Now if you try to go off this oiling port right here, that's going to throw you off because that thing is not at 12 o'clock. If you notice, 12 o'clock is going to be dead center of the camshaft. And that oiling port is set over that way a little bit. So we're not going to the oiling port, we're going center of this bottom bolt and this top bolt. Imagine an imaginary line right there. What about right there? Now that we got the crank set up with the dot at 12 o'clock, piston number 1 at top dead center, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of eyeball our camshaft and put the dowel pin at 3 o'clock. And now that we've got our dowel pin at 3 o'clock, I'm going to show you guys a cool little tip here. Picked up this Billet 4X 3-bolt cam gear from Texas Speed. They sell this to convert the Gen 5 stuff over to 3-bolt. And I like this thing a lot because it has a bearing on the back. So it takes a lot of stress off of the front of the camshaft and the retainer plate there. So if we take an initial look at this thing, you notice our dowel pin is going to be in between our bolt holes, and it's at 3 o'clock. That puts our dot down here at 6 o'clock. Most people want to put their chain on here and go and fight and try to get it all lined up this is what I like to do. To keep the cam from sliding back in the block, you may have to hold it with your left hand or your non-dominant hand. But we're gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy on the cam.
I got the cam.
Got it? Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy on the cam, get it lined up like so, make sure our bolt holes are lined up, and then from there I can turn the cam and get my dots lined up, pull the cam gear back off. Now the camshaft's in time. So when I put my chain on, as I'm going on, as long as I line this dot up with that one, this thing's gonna go straight on the camshaft and allow me to get my bolts started. All right, so Emma's gonna hold that camshaft to the front of the block. I've got our gear and our chain here. Lining my dots up before I slide the chain on the crankshaft. Just like that. Slides right on the cam. All right, now one of the big things here is if you don't have somebody to hold that for you, you have to make sure you hold that camshaft this way, or else there's a chance you're not going to close up the gap between the gear and the cam all the way, and then you're going to have what they call cam walk. That's going to allow the cam to walk back in the block. The lifter's not aligned on the lobes like they should, and it usually does not end well. So we're going to make sure she's got that thing pushed that way. It's pushed there. I'm going to let it sit like that for a second. I'll grab one of our ARP cam bolts and some blue Loctite. Way more than I needed. Take a little bit of that off there. And we're just going to run this thing in here all the way as far as we can by hand. We got to do that 2 more times. Try not to get as much this time. Just a little strip. So all you need is a little strip. I'll get it. Now these ARP bolts get torqued to 25 foot-pounds. Now we're about to go ahead and get these 3 cam bolts torqued to spec, 25 foot-pounds. Got a little handy dandy 3/8 snap-on ratchet here, or Emma's handy dandy 3/8 snap-on torque wrench here, with a 10mm on the end. And I've got a 24 on a ratchet. And hopefully this crank bolt's tight enough to not bust loose. All right, guys, now if you notice on the instructions of this ARP bolt kit for the camshaft, it says, number 3, lubricate the bolt threads and underside of the bolt head with ARP Ultra Torque Fastener Assembly Lubricant. We did not do that. And the reason why is we put blue Loctite on the threads because we're not taking any chances of any bolts backing out of this camshaft. That's something we chose to do and something that we will continue to do. So we've done that for years. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I like to be transparent with you guys about stuff. I just don't see putting lubricant on the threads of the bolts in this thing being a great idea personally, and I know a lot of other people agree with me on that. So blue Loctite, that's what we use. All right, so we got the single bolt cam out of this thing. We converted it over to 3-bolt with a camshaft from Texas Speed, made for an LT4 with a blower. We got the Billet TSP cam gear on there with the bearing on the back. We showed you guys how to set the timing, and we gave you guys a few little tips on installing a bump stick in your own engine. We really hope you guys enjoyed the content. We hope you find it informative. Let us know in the comments. Make sure to ring the bell to get notifications on future updates. We are about to get this thing buttoned up and work on getting it in the car. Be on the lookout for an episode to hear this cam chopping away, doing what it does. We appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you find us on Facebook at 727 Motorsports, and at Tyler Watkins, at Emma Watkins, at Miss Demeanor, and at Panda C10. And until next time, we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all.